back here. I will be back here. And I will be back with another vengeance.
Yeah, we'll lick our wounds. We'll get over this. We'll be fired up for next year.
Garoppolo has time, stands in, going deep, going for it all, and it's caught for the touchdown! On fourth down, Deebo Samuel for 6. Garoppolo's got all day, he's going to launch it. Deep down the field, going for it all, and getting it! Emmanuel Sanders, not touched, still on his feet, inside the 10, and he scores! 75-yard bomb from Jimmy Garoppolo to Emmanuel Sanders. Wilson, pressure off the edge, releases it, and it is intercepted by Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw now on the return. As he's still on his feet with blockers in front. Dre Greenlaw down the sideline. Can you believe this?
Smells like football, baby.
Pass is caught. Kittle breaks one tackle. Another. Wow, what a touchdown for George Kittle. Goff throws and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Warner. Fred Warner for the touchdown. Jeff Wilson has come in at running back. Garoppolo's throw is caught by Jeff Wilson. He's going to score a touchdown for the 49ers.
And the pass is going to be picked off by Bosa. Nick Bosa. Can't bring him down till he gets to the 8-yard line. Wow.
Now Evans in the slot. Winston picked off. It is Richard Sherman, who did not have an interception last year, and he returns it all the way for a 49ers touchdown, 32-yard.
Garoppolo fires. It is caught. Still on his feet is Kittle with a big play. And the stiff arm. George Kittle. Flags fly. He's down to the 30. What a run by George Kittle. Taking on everybody.
Feels great, baby.
Are we fucking good? Yeah, we're fucking good. We're rolling. We're the motherfucking gold-blooded podcast, and we're here. We're right up your motherfucking ass. This is episode 2 of the new era, the reboot, the gold-blooded reboot, you fucking shoes. Here we are. You know who the fuck I am. I'm Big Daddy Joe. We got... What are you laughing at?
Never gets comfortable.
We've got the voice of reason, the logical one, Mr. Robert. And then we have all the way from the great state of Maine, Michael Kern.
For the record, I don't know whose ass you're up, but I'm not up anyone's ass.
Why? What did I say?
You said we're up your asses. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, yeah.
I'm not.
You're up.
I'm out of asses. I'm not.
You're
in any
up.
asses.
You're up. We're coming in
That's
hot.
between you and Mike.
We're coming in hot.
Hey.
Curran, did you read all the emails this week? Yeah.
No.
Somebody has a spelling on your last name in one of the emails that is the best yet. It's like K-U.
Does it matter?
It's like
Does it matter, Sim?
nope. I believe it's Kurn. Kern.
Oh,
or Kern. Like
Is it his mom's email?
No, but his mom's email is probably the best one this week. Sorry, boys, but you got put out by fucking Kern's mom this week. So here we are. We're the Gold-Blooded Podcast. We are coming in hot. We've got some news, injuries, and updates, but we're doing a little bit of an intro here. So what we want to start out with this week is, if you're a new listener, we want to welcome you, and we want to tell you what we do here. We're all about 49ers football. Everybody else, all the other 31 NFL teams, Roger Goodell included, could all suck our cocks from the back. They could tickle the balls. They could braid the ass hair. They could do it. Whatever they want to do, they could do it. We're about the 49ers here. We Red and Gold. That's it. This podcast, it's a good time. It was started by our friend Steve. He's no longer with us. He's alive, but he ain't here. And we are carrying the
R.I.P.
R.I.P. We are carrying the torch. So with that said, email us, especially if you're a new listener, and say welcome. We're very crowd interactive podcast here. We want to hear from you. Tell us your background. Tell us how you got into the 49ers. And tell us, more importantly, how the fuck you found us. Because those stories always make me chuckle. Our email is goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. We have an Instagram run by Michael Kern. That's Kern for those of you scoring at home. It's Gold Blooded Podcast, one word. There's a Twitter. Not a lot goes on there, I don't think. Gold Blooded Pod. There's a Patreon. Patreon / Gold Blooded Podcast. If you are feeling squirrely, feel like making a donation, the process is started. Things are going to be happening with that. We're getting there. We just started driving this ship. And
should we explain why we're 2 days late to start?
Oh, yes, we're going to do that. One more thing. Leave reviews on however you listen. You listen on Apple, you listen, if you listen on YouTube, hell, leave comments, leave likes, whatever it is, however you listen, seek it out, leave a comment, leave a like, 5 stars, 10 stars, A+, whatever it is, you do it for daddy. We appreciate it. With that said, correct, Rob. We are going to tell the people why we're 2 days late. So we're all set up to fucking go. I drove my 40 minutes away from my home on Tuesday night. Michael Kern, he got himself ready. We were all ready to Skype and get going. And the brand new laptop purchased for the Gold Blooded Podcast season 2020. What happened, Bob? I mean, you're the technical wizard now. What happened?
I don't know what happened. It just wouldn't turn on.
Yeah.
It was great. Nothing like buying a brand new laptop.
I mean, this thing was out of the box, right?
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks old.
Yeah, 3 weeks
right?
old.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't turn on. I tried I tried Google. I was holding 6 buttons at a time and then pushing another button and spinning around and patting my head 4 times, whatever the fuck Google told me to do.
Yeah, oh my God, that was great. I walk in and Rob is on speakerphone and I could hear the guy and he goes, okay, sir, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press simultaneously the shift button, the space bar, the 1 key, the 3 key, the B, the Q, the R, also semicolon. And could you get a friend and also press the power button for 18 seconds? Exactly 18 seconds. When I heard that, I was like, this computer's never going to work again. Not a fucking chance.
Mike, you know what makes a frustrating situation like dealing with Apple support better? When your co-host is in the other room with the door closed, and every time the guy on the phone says something, you hear, through a door while I got the guy on speaker. It's just like,
Oh my God, I didn't realize you could hear that. But yeah, because I was
already on the verge of picking up the laptop and breaking it over my knee. And that sound made me want to frisbee it through the window at him.
Oh my God, that's so good.
It was so loud. It was just, the guy had to hear it. He was on speakerphone. And it would just be like one, hold this button for 7 seconds. And then when I say so, hit this other button for seconds.
It was just so clear after everything Rob had tried that these fucking holding the buttons ain't gonna work. And
I went through 2 calls of the same stuff, and they're just reading the same thing I read online. Yeah. I just read it on Google. It's the same exact thing. To finish the story, that night at 10:30 at night, I said, well, let me make an appointment to get it fixed. Their first appointment was a week away. I was like, no, not happening.
Oh, yeah.
So then I called again and I said, hey, I've been on the phone twice already. I'm trying to make an appointment to get this fixed, but it's a week out. What can I do? Oh, sorry, there's nothing we can do. You'll have to go to the store. I go, well, I'm going to return it then. I'm not waiting a week. I'll just return it by another one. It's not happening.
This. Yeah.
So I go to Apple. I go to return it. No Apple store has another one anywhere around.
Oh, wow.
I was even willing to pay, a couple $100 and go up to the next better computer. But they had nothing, and unless I spent like another $1,000 and got the Mac computer.
Yeah.
So I had to return it to Apple and buy a new one from Best Buy, and here we are.
What is the sticker? Oh, okay. I see the sticker now. I'm sorry. Or the symbol. Forget it. I'm fucking spent. It looks fancy.
Yeah, so
Well-
now the cool thing is I got the color I originally wanted that Apple didn't have. So got that going for us.
The Gold Blooded Podcast. Also, last announcement before Rob gets into the news, injuries, and updates. This week's episode is brought to you by Lucky Rose Tattoo in Middlebury, Connecticut for all your tattooing needs. We don't do no fucking piercing, but come get the fucking tattoo. There's an Instagram, lucky_rose_tattoo. Check us out there. Booking information available there. And like I said the first time, get the fucking tattoo. Lucky Rose Tattoo, Middlebury, Connecticut. Okay.
So let's start with the roster.
Okay.
I'll go through position by position. We'll skip over the ones where there's no surprise. If there's
Okay.
anything that catches you or Mike's attention or something I want to speak on, we'll just stop at that one.
Si, senor.
No surprise at quarterback. We carried all three, Garoppolo, Mullins, and Beathard. I am curious if one of them is quarantined somewhere. I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything yet, but
I wonder if one of them is like aside from the rest of the team or if they're all practicing together.
I got to tell you, I am surprised that they've managed to keep three now. What is this, the third year of three, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I'm surprised they've managed to keep these three, considering what a commodity Mullins and Beathard, for that matter, appear to be. So it is good for them. Continuity in the quarterback room, never a bad thing.
At running back, we got Tevin Coleman,
Jesus.
Raheem Mostert, Jerick McKinnon, Jeff Wilson, and Kyle Juszczyk. The only surprise there maybe is JaMychal Hasty. We'll talk about that when we get to the practice squad.
I don't know anything about him. So.
Jeff Wilson making the team is probably for those third and goals in the red zone.
And he's
third
a special
and long in the
teamer
red
as well,
zones.
right? I
Yeah,
believe he plays
does a little bit of
special
that.
teams. Yeah.
I think the one to really watch here is probably Jet McKinnon. A lot of good reviews on him this offseason.
Yeah,
Hopefully
finally.
a big return.
Yeah, it's finally, right? It's only been, 3 years?
Yeah.
This was his third year on the team, never even dressed one game. Fucking wild. Has he played any preseason or no, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did?
His first year, he tore his ACL in a walkthrough before week 1.
Oh, wow.
He made it through the preseason and tore his ACL in a walkthrough. And week 1 was against his former team, Minnesota.
Oh, that sucks, dick.
Yeah, he's got
What's his contract looking like?
I have no idea.
Restructured.
I know he's made some money for not doing anything.
Yeah, but he was restructured either last
okay.
year. I think it was last year, but it might have been even this year.
Imagine getting signed to a team with a shit record, right? Tear your ACL the first week before and the year still sucks. That was the year Jimmy tore his ACL. So the whole year sucked. You can't come back the second year. They make it to the Super Bowl the next year. They go from total dog shit to a Super Bowl, and you don't get to be a part of either season. Just there for the ride.
Fuck. Yeah. It's a wild ride for him, I mean, good. Fuck it. Good. We always say good for you, right?
Back to we go to wide receivers.
Okay.
This is, I think, a group that any true 49er fan feels pretty good about, and anyone outside of Niner Nation has no idea.
They're like, who the
Yeah,
fuck are these
guys
jokers?
Are fucked.
Yeah.
Like people
yeah.
start to know who Debo is,
Right.
but everyone else on this list flies under the radar.
Right, like-
I mean, Ayuk is just coming out, so people know he's a rookie, and
Yep.
they know who he is, he's a first round pick. But
And I gotta tell you, for whatever reason, like some of the guys I know that are big into fantasy, they know who Dante Pettis is, which doesn't like you would think that Kendrick Bourne would be more of a fantasy guy, especially. Kern, where do you stand on fantasy?
You guys don't want my opinion.
Okay. All right.
Listen, it's a good way to know what's about the league. And listen, I'm true to the Niners 100%. I try to draft every Niner player I can. I got Garoppolo on my team.
That's
Someone
better than
took
Steve.
Kittle
Steve
before.
never had the Niner quarterback. At least you're rocking with your guy.
But it's
here's
I think it's just something fun to do, but I don't put too much thought into it. I don't go, I'm in a $20 league, and then I have a couple other free leagues. I'm not, but
here's my problem with fantasy. The conflict between my 49er fandom and my competitiveness to win is the problem. Because I want to win anything I'm a part of. So I want to pick Lamar Jackson at quarterback, or I want to pick, I would want to do
Mahomes
that. But
or
then
Brady.
But then we go into Kansas City and I have Mahomes. I don't want to play him because I'm a 49er. It's like I don't know what the fuck to do. It's too much conflict, and I'm too obsessed with winning. I would have no time away from my computer trying to get better. It would ruin my life.
That's understandable.
You know what I would probably get into is fantasy NBA basketball. I think that would be great.
Yeah, if you don't have like
I don't have a team.
Yeah.
I love the sport.
It'd be great.
I think, like if I think I might do NBA fantasy basketball next year. Okay. Let's talk about the wide receivers quickly. Who sent that picture of Dante Pettis looking like a man for the first time in his life?
Steve did.
Yeah. We got a picture.
looked like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Is what he looked like.
Oh, yeah, but he does look beefed up. He looks like he's definitely.
Oh, he's a beefcake, all right.
Yeah, he looks like he's not catching anymore. He looks like he might be.
They were kind of vague last year about him not being, football ready.
Yeah.
They hinted at it, but this week Shanahan blatantly said he looked great this year when he came in, which is not what he looked like last year. Like he basically said he looked like shit last year and he looks great this year.
Wow. Okay.
Like it was pretty blunt.
It seems like Trent Taylor is finally got to get to show his chemistry with Mr. James Garoppolo. We get to see what the Great White Connection's about there.
So we'll go through the list. We've got Brandon Ayuk, Kendrick Bourne, Richie James, Dante Pettis, Deebo Samuel, and Trent Taylor.
I love it. I love the group. I do. I like it.
I don't think you're going to see Deebo or Ayuk week one.
Yeah.
I think if you do, it'll be just a down here or there because they didn't practice yesterday, so they're not at game speed. I think my guess would be Kendrick Bourne and Dante Pettis start at wide receiver and Trent in the slot.
Yeah.
That's just a guess.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a very heavy
Tight end
game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of tight ends, we've got George Kittle, Ross Dwelly, Jordan Reed, and Charlie Warner.
Okay.
Lots of good talk about Charlie Warner.
Rookie or what's?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know much about him.
A lot of George Kittle comparisons, with everyone being careful to compare him to George Kittle, but big time blocker that can catch. Jordan Reed's basically a wide receiver if he's healthy.
Well, I guess that's good. Is he healthy now? Is he ready to go?
Yeah, he's full go.
Okay. Well, that's good.
At offensive line, we have no surprises there. McGlinchey, Williams, Tomlinson, Brunskill, and then Compton is probably the one that we didn't expect. He'll probably be starting at center.
That was just the question I was going to ask you. Who's starting at center?
Yeah, I think you'll probably see Compton start at center. I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess.
And is he capable, would you say?
I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I know they restructured him to keep him and get him in there. Ben Garland will be on the roster. Colton McKivitz and Justin School.
Okay, Baba.
Somewhere during the season, we may get Weston Richburg back. That's our real center. Moving on to D-line, you've got...
What happened to Richburg? I'm sorry. I feel like I completely missed this.
During the season last year, what was he, ankle?
Oh,
Yeah, it was a bad ankle.
Garland is ankle. Garland is
Oh.
ankle. Nope. What the hell was Richburg? Richburg was...
Quad.
It was big. He missed it might have been an ACL or MCL. He missed time at the end of the season. He missed, let's see what we got here. I know he's on PUP, so he could come back.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to try to find it?
No, well, I was hoping you'd talk while I looked because I can't do both, but
Okay.
we'll get there.
I could do that.
I don't
I was
remember what it
actually
was.
no. I was looking at tight end numbers. I wanted to see what the new boys were wearing. I see that Jordan Reed is rocking 81, taking T.O.'s number. There was an 82.
Wow.
Yeah, there was an 82, and Warner was 89, I believe. Whoever the other one was 82.
How about that clip? I think it's a clip of Kittle, where he says to the wide receivers, "Be yourself today. If you're not going to be you, BTO."
I did not see that.
Something. I think it's
That's
Kittle says
fucking
that.
Great.
Yeah, it's one of them. He says, "Be yourselves today out there, boys, and if you're not going to be you, BTO."
There you go. Here, we'll get the. Should be right up there, right? Dates.
There's definitely something we should
Weston Richburg, right?
know. Yeah.
He suffered a torn patellar tendon. So
In December of last year.
What's that? Your pec? No.
No.
Mike, do you know?
I think it's your knee
You're the doctor.
somewhere in.
You're the team doctor, Mike. You work in a hospital.
Paging
You're,
Dr. Kern.
yeah, you're officially the gold-blooded doctor. So, oh, he was right. Look at this fuck.
It's a knee. I told you.
Kneecap, yep.
That's anatomy terminology at its finest.
Way to go, Dr. Kern.
Yeah, Dr. Kern knows what's real.
All right, on the D-line, we've got Armstead, Bosa, Ford, Kevin Givens, Kerry Hyder Jr., DJ Jones.
Ooh, what the fuck?
Javon Kinlaw, Kentavious Street, and Solomon Thomas.
Couple new names there. Did you see D Ford restructured this week?
Yes.
Yes, good.
That doesn't change anything.
No, I know, but it's good. It's a good thing. It's good when players do that.
Yeah, it means nothing to anyone except it frees up cap space.
Right, that's what I'm
He
saying.
gets exactly the same money.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know, but that's good because it frees up cap space.
Yeah. It's a good Lynch move, but it's got nothing to do with Ford.
No, but it shows he's willing.
He got the same money.
Right.
It's like I'm going to give you $10 million for playing this year.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to give you a $5 million signing bonus and
Yeah.
$5 million for playing this year. It's still $10 million.
It's nice.
It didn't change his income.
It's nice when things are nice.
All it did was guarantee that he won't be traded this year.
It's nice.
He'll be a Niner for the season.
It's nice when things are nice, Rob.
That's the only thing
That's
it really
the
guaranteed.
point of that.
Lots of positive on Solly Thomas.
Okay.
I've heard lots of good about him. They're strictly keeping him inside unless dire straits in the middle of a game.
Is this a contract year for him?
Good question. I'm
Right?
not sure
Because would he be coming off his rookie deal?
Good question.
So he
can
might
find
be.
out.
You want me to? He might be motivated to have a big year. There's a couple other names on that list that I didn't know. Are you familiar with any of them, Mr. Kern?
I'm very. I can't wait to see Kentavious Street. I don't know what it is, but since he's been out of college, I have been looking forward to him doing something. Because didn't he tore his ACL and then he came back and was like, I don't know if he played maybe a game or two.
Yeah, and then he went right back. I think he wasn't ready in time or something. He just didn't work out for him last year. But they teased it like before the playoffs. They teased maybe him coming back was what it was, and then they decided not to bring him all the way back. That's what it was, I believe.
So I would say Kentavious Street and then definitely DJ Jones. I have the clip in my head just going over and over of him catching sadly the play that he did tear his ACL on, but the clip where he reaches out, grabs Russell Wilson by the jersey and just like essentially throws his body at him and just does not let go. I mean, he brought that intensity every single play, and I can't wait to see him, Kentavious Street. I did hear good things about Solomon Thomas. I was almost hoping we traded him this year, but if he's having a good camp and if he can play,
fuck him. Let him ride.
I think his problem has been moving him around. He's an inside defensive lineman, and we kept trying to play him outside. I think finally that realization is there.
Yeah, let that big cunt do his job. Let him tear him from the inside out.
Moving on to linebacker, one of my favorite groups on this team.
Yes.
I think
one of my favorite positions.
I think our top 4 linebackers might be best in the business or right there with best in the business. I think our top 2 are going to be best in the league this year. That would be Quan Alexander and Fred Warner.
Yes,
I think that's the best 1-2 punch we've seen since maybe Bowman Willis.
52, 53.
yeah.
What are they, 54, 56, these two?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, 56, 54.
And Greenlaw. I mean, without Greenlaw, we wouldn't have won the West.
That's
so.
right. I like Aziz Al-Shir. I just like his name.
Thank God the name pronunciations are back.
Hey.
You want who do you got on the list after him?
That's Mark Zicha.
Zicha. It's got the silent N.
That's right.
Right, the silent N.
I don't know. Is it really a silent N?
No, it's not at all silent. His name is Mark Nazocha. It's not remotely silent.
I'm going silent. Zicha.
Demetrius Flanagan-Foles rounds out that group.
That's right.
At cornerback, we've got Richard Sherman, Akella Witherspoon, K'Wan Williams, Jason Verrett, and Emmanuel Mosley. Positive reviews on all of them in camp.
Quote came out today about Sherman saying that he wanted to play for 3 more years if we would have him, and he wants to go to the booth. You guys think that he can actually play for 3 more years at his level, or do you think he's got maybe a year or two left in him.
I think if he's willing to compete for the position, I don't think we should sign him for 3 years and say you'll be the starter for 3 years. But if he's willing to compete, and if one of those guys is better, if he's willing to be that piece that comes in when we need him, I would take him in a heartbeat for the veteran leadership. You know, if let's say next year it was Mosley and Witherspoon with Sherman as the backup, I feel pretty good about that.
So,
or Mosley and Witherspoon, or something like that.
keeping with this group, I read that there was some drama. They were trying to possibly trade, maybe was it K'Wan Williams or Akella Witherspoon? Did you know about they were going to possibly trade one of them, but then there was some injury to the group, the opposite side of Sherman. So now they're keeping him, and he felt a little slighted because they made it known that he was like up for trade. Yeah, it was
I would have thought. I mean, I guess if I was going to trade one, I would think it's Witherspoon because Mosley played so well down the stretch, but Witherspoon didn't play bad.
If you give me a second, I'll find it.
I mean, the only one that played really bad was Verrett, and that was only that 2 plays. He had just 2 horrible plays back to back, and he got thrown in a terrible situation where he didn't start. And the returns on him this year have been well. Also, he's got a lot of positive stuff going on. Now, I did hear today that on the depth chart, Shanahan and Lynch are playing some games. They're saying starting opposite Richard Sherman is Mosley or Witherspoon. They won't say which one it is.
Okay, sorry. Here, the 49ers were looking into trading Witherspoon, and that came from Matt Barrows.
That makes sense.
So, at one point during the week, the 49ers were looking into trading Witherspoon, and Witherspoon was aware of this, responded Barrows. For one reason or another, that plan was scrapped. That said that they were reluctant to go through with the trade may have something to do with veteran quarterback Jason Verrett's hamstring injury, which he suffered during Wednesday's practice.
Good. Another injury for Verrett. Just what he needs.
Yeah, that was...
Jesus.
This was last Wednesday. So this was last week. A little old, but still, nevertheless, it happened.
At safety, we've got Jimmy Ward, Kwaski Tart,
Jetski Pop Tart.
Tarvarius Moore, and Marcel Harris.
Yeah.
Our specialists are obviously Robbie Gold, Mitch Wishnowski, and Kyle Nelson.
Mitch Wish.
And then we move on to our practice squad. Most of these names are probably not going to mean much. But if you look at running back, you've got JaMychal Hasty.
Tell me about him.
JaMychal Hasty had a lot of hype coming out of college. Then he had some character issues, I believe. Mike, does that sound right?
Who?
JaMychal Hasty. Does that sound familiar?
I don't know.
I believe there was. No, I haven't heard a single thing about him.
He was
any character issues.
Was it injury? It was something that dropped him down.
Here we go.
We ended up getting him at undrafted, right?
From Baylor. He played at Baylor, running back. I'm looking up his Wikipedia.
Yeah, I believe we got it. We definitely got him as an undrafted free agent, but his talent was higher than that. There's a reason he fell out of favor. I don't know if it was an injury or I still want to say it was character, but I could be wrong.
He's
okay.
He had a good camp, but because of the issues he had coming out in the draft, I heard the team thought they had a better shot at stashing him on the practice squad than Jeff Wilson, which might be why they made it that way.
Understandable. I mean, yeah, Wilson's got a little more experience.
He's a little more game ready.
He's ready to go.
Yeah, if we lost Hasty, we'd still be ready to go week 1, where if we lost Jeff Wilson, it'd be a bigger hit for week 1. You got Dante Johnson on the practice squad. Veteran defensive lineman Deion Jordan was moved to the practice squad. A bunch of puzzle pieces there. I'm assuming that, given injuries, might see time, but otherwise aren't going to be big pieces of the puzzle.
Part of the knock on JaMychal Hasty is his height. He was the 3rd shortest at the combine he was at. That's one. I'm looking to see if there's anything else that's going on, but that seems to be it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Moving on to one more piece of news not today or yesterday, we activated Fred Warner off the COVID-19 reserve list, so he'll be ready to go week 1.
Why, did he have it, or he just had to?
They are not allowed to say. The team is not allowed to disclose why he's on the list. He was on the list for about a week. He's allowed to, so he may. It could just be that he came in contact with someone.
Right.
You know, if someone in his family turned up positive, they'll send him out until they're sure he's negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was yesterday or today, day before yesterday, we named our captains. Last year we had 5. This year we have 7. They are on offense. We got Jimmy G, Kittle, Trent Williams, and Mike McGlinchey.
Wow, Trent Williams, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
On defense, you got Sherman, Armstead, and Warner. No real surprises there. Williams might be the surprise just because he's new, but he's a veteran. He might be the best player on that side of the field. No crazy surprises. They do have
7.
They're allowed 8 this year.
Okay.
And Shanahan said they have 1 spot open should they choose to use it.
Yeah, when you think about the offensive side, I can't think of anybody. There's no running back that stands out in that group for me. Except, maybe Juszczyk. I could have seen Juszczyk being a captain.
It's a contract year for him, too.
Yeah.
It is a contract year for Solomon Thomas, by the way.
It was, yeah. Okay, so that might... I'm not saying that's got anything
No,
to do with it,
but you're right. There's no other real stand. Obviously, Kittle's an obvious one.
Yeah.
McGlinchey's outspoken.
Yeah, I would have thought Juice would have been a good guy, and I would think even Trent Taylor might be a guy, but and Kendrick Bourne too. I could see down the road being a good captain, but we'll get there. All right.
You want to go through the schedule?
Yeah,
quickly?
let's look.
I don't want to dwell too long because you can see our time is cranking up.
Yeah.
Maybe we go 4 games at a time, so we got 4 sections.
Okay. So
numero
uno.
First 4 games we got Arizona at home, Jets in New York, Giants in New York, Eagles at home.
Okay. Well,
toughest game of the 4.
Eagles. Either week 1 or week 4. Eagles at home.
Both at home.
And that's a Sunday night.
Mm-hmm. That's prime time.
I'm going to go with week 1.
Me too.
Yeah. Kern?
I was gonna make a shout and say Giants, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the Cardinals. I was gonna say about the Giants offense, and I feel like Saquon's gonna be insane this year, but I don't know, with Arizona picking up Hopkins and Kyler Murray coming off of the year he had, I'm gonna have to say Cardinals.
Yeah, I would agree. Murray's a nightmare as it is, and then add DeAndre Hopkins to that.
Were you telling me to move because you couldn't see me?
No, I was hoping you'd get rid of the box over Kern's face.
What do you want me to do?
That square on the screen.
I can't.
We're not letting anybody... You don't see the big black square with the icons and the...
Oh.
It's been there the whole time. If he moves over, it all covers his face. I'm sure you can hide that. Next 4 games we got.
Oh, wait. I just want to state through those 4 games, the 49ers are going to go 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, that goes without saying. None of those teams are going to beat us.
Yeah, I mean, Steve's not here, so I don't expect anybody to pick losses, right? I mean, Kern, when you look down, first of all, let's just get this out of the way. Kern, when you look down the list of 16 games, do you see anything that really makes you nervous where maybe the Niners might not win?
16-0.
Okay, all right. As long as we're on the same page, it feels good, to have everybody involved with the 49ers podcast actually, thinking they're going to win games.
Next 4, we got Miami at home. We've got the Rams at home. We've got Patriots on the road. And we've got the Seahawks on the road.
Hardest out of that has got to be Seahawks on the road.
I would say so, except the only thing with New England is, first of all, Belichick made Jimmy G look great. He looked good when Brissett was there.
Brian Hoyer.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And Cam Newton's better than at least 2 of those guys.
Cam Newton is a fucking monster. Yeah.
So if he renewed that fire in Newton and he can get a little extra out of him, who knows what they're going to be? Who knows?
Yeah.
That's a wild card. Not that they're going to beat us, but it's a wild card. And Seattle without the crowd, that changes that. That's for sure. Next set of 4, we got Green Bay at home, Saints on the road. Why do we always play New Orleans in New Orleans? When's the last time we played the Saints in San Francisco?
Well,
It's fucking bullshit.
hold on. Now, I don't know why we're playing them on the road, but what I could say about it is we're not playing the NFC South. The only team we're playing, because they came in first in their division.
Yeah, so we got to play all the division winners.
So,
but why is it on the fucking road every time we play them?
I don't know.
It's fucking insanity.
It's shit dicks.
I mean, this schedule is pretty fucking stacked already.
Yeah, it's good. Well, we'll see. Fuck the Saints.
Well,
First of all, fuck the Saints. I want to be real clear about that.
Well, they can't tackle George Kittle, so we don't have to worry. We just throw the ball to him.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck the Saints.
So you've got... Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so I agree that it's the Saints. I would say...
Oh, we didn't I didn't get through all four.
Go ahead.
Right? It was... so it's Green Bay at home, Saints on the road, Rams again, this time on the road, and then Buffalo at home.
Oh, good.
So clearly Saints on the road is
we get to see Frank Gore, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's awesome that Frank gets to play at home this year.
He's at the Jets.
Oh, he's on the Jets. Oh, that's right, the Jets. Okay, well, we get to see Frank Gore week 2 then. 3.
Would have been nice to see him in person.
It would have been real fucking nice to see him in person. I've seen him in person, but you've seen him too.
Yeah.
What were
the Saints is obviously the hard game. There.
Yeah, you were saying that was the hard game, and you had another point to make about the Saints, other than them sucking colossal cock. Drew Brees could fucking die. Fucking cunt.
So bye week 11 as well, and then Saints. I think at the Saints is going to be the hardest, but if we were facing the Bills at their house, I would probably put Bills, because I have a buddy who is a Bills fan and kind of updates me on there. So they're kind of like my AFC team that I'll pay attention to more than probably others. And it sounds like the Bills are a little bit less talent, but they're kind of like the Niners of the AFC is what I hear.
Yeah.
And
I don't think so.
Choke on it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a team that sounds like a team in a division where Tom Brady just left that got a little big for their britches all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't even.
That sounds like a team that hasn't won a division in 100 fucking years, and all of a sudden the best quarterback in the league switches teams and they want to get big for their britches.
I don't
Slow
even
down.
know that they're gonna. Even without Brady, I don't think they're winning
Newton's
that
gonna
division.
steamroll. It'll be great.
I think New England probably is still gonna win that division unless Miami gets it together. I think Miami's the only team that's got a chance, to be honest with you.
All right, and then
Oh, I love it. The Washington football team. It's so funny. It's just a W. It's so good.
So what? Here's a question. What's your hometown's Pop Warner team calling themselves?
I don't know.
The Stratford football team?
I think they're still going by it.
They're still going with the Redskins,
still using
huh?
the racial epitaph. Yeah, wow.
The Pop Warner team in Joe's hometown also was racially motivated.
The Stratford Redskins.
So I wonder if they're going with the Stratford football team. So the next four, we got Washington at home, Dallas on the road, Arizona on the road, and Seattle at home.
We should also note we have a week 11 bye, right? Mm-hmm. So that means it's going to be a little. Oh, sorry, spaced out. It's going to be.
I think the tough one there is still Seattle, even though it's at our house. I think those four aren't the end of the world.
Yeah, I think
it is great they keep putting us last week of the year against Seattle for that division. They just want that to happen, don't they?
Yeah, and last year, well, I mean, it was still good TV last year, right? Or was it already locked up?
No, it counted, right?
It counted, yeah, it mattered. Dallas, what do you think? You think they're going to be anything, or they still ain't shit?
No, I think they have a lot of talent on that team. I think that team could be sneaky, real good.
Yeah.
I think that could be that division's going to be sneaky tough, but I think they could win that division. They could be a tough team in the playoffs.
Yeah, they got no heart. They're all about money, and that's why they'll never go anywhere.
Couple coaching changes over there. We'll see.
I think they all suck cocks, though.
We'll quickly go through a couple predictions.
Yeah, we got to make some predictions. Come on, this is still the Gold Blooded Podcast here. What the fuck?
All right. Joe, you want to go first? How about a bold 49er prediction?
Bold 49er prediction. I'm going to give it to you.
Now, the way these bold predictions will work is the other two people get to choose if it's bold enough.
Okay.
So get ready, Kern.
Okay. This is a two-part. I'm going to give an offensive and defense. Kendrick Bourne leads the receiving group in touchdowns with double-digit touchdowns, and On defense, give me something good. I'm going to say that Nick Bosa sets the single season sack record.
All right.
I'd say those are bold enough.
Hold on.
What, are they not bold enough?
I say they are, I said.
Okay, well then suck my dick. That's good, Papa. What, Curran? What?
Listen. What is going on?
Oh, he's going to get 24 sacks. That's what I'm saying.
That's bullshit because I have that. I have it written down right here.
He's got it.
Except I went a little bit less than you, but I essentially, I'm pissed.
Okay, can I give another
I
one?
said
then?
he's
I'll
gonna
give that
go-
to Curran.
No, you went first. That's how this works.
You know, but he had it
No,
written down. He had it
No,
written
you went
down.
first. Mine's a little different, so
Okay,
that's
okay,
fine.
okay.
But you
Go ahead,
essentially-
Kern. You don't have to do two like Joe. You can if you want to.
No, I felt like Bourne was a little. That was just. I felt that was just a.
I'll tell you what. Let's each do one offense and one defense then.
Okay, that's cool, right? Yeah, cool.
Go ahead.
Fun.
So, what I wrote down, I did say Bosa is going to be the defensive player of the year,
Oh.
but I looked up how many sacks is the leading yearly record, and it's 22.5. I said that he's going to get 21, but you said he was going to get 24. So essentially, you said he's going to blow out the water by a couple.
That's right.
So I would say that for defense,
So Bosa's going to get how many?
21.
And defensive player of the year.
Whoa.
Yes. And
What do
then
you got for offense?
I wasn't prepared for offense. Let me come back.
All right.
You go first.
All right. Offense, I'm going to say that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to throw for what's the record? What's the 49ers season passing record yards? What do you think it is? It's a surprise, I'll tell you that much.
I would say it's Young.
Nope.
Oh, not Young. Montana?
Nope.
Garcia.
Yep.
Got to be 4,200. I have no idea.
42. Look at that.
42 on the motherfucking nose.
42-78. What the fuck are the chances?
Yeah, Poppy. Who knows football? This guy knows football.
All right, let's make it easy then. Jimmy Garoppolo, first of all, the top 5 yards in a season for the Niners are Garcia, Young, Garoppolo, Young.
That's great that Garoppolo's already there.
Yeah.
It shows
So-
you how the NFL is different now.
He's going to have the 4th over 4,000 yard passing season in 49er history. He will throw one of the top 4 over 4,000 passing yards. So over 4,000, and then for defense, I'm actually going to contradict Curran. I'm going to say that Fred Warner is going to end up being Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, wow. That is definitely bold. I like it.
What do you got for offense, Curran?
I got that. So I'm gonna say Jerick McKinnon will have
Ooh, good one.
the 5th most receiving touchdowns on the 49ers.
That's
5th.
not bold. 5th?
That's not bold.
That's not bold enough.
All right.
5th? Like who's gonna beat him?
Well,
Kittle, Debo, and then who?
He's a running back.
So
but
what? In a
5th?
Shanahan offense?
Yeah,
Bourne?
but 5th? Like I'm
Bourne?
saying, if
Oh,
you
come
said,
on. That's not bold.
If you said
No.
2nd, it
Yeah,
would
that's
be
bold. Yeah, 5th is not bold.
Well, he's not getting 2nd. What do you? Okay.
That's why it's bold. Fred Warner's not getting Defensive
all right.
Player of the Year either.
I'll go with my second one, which you're gonna say is Kyle Juszczyk has the 3rd most rushing yards on the team. Listen, but these players don't.
These
make,
are just
all right.
these are just actual facts.
Why?
Jimmy G is going to be the starting quarterback all year.
Here,
Bold prediction.
I'll help you with the bold prediction, right? Say, Kyle Juszczyk's wife is gonna sleep with a white player on the NFL on the 49ers offensive line.
It's got to be bold, Curran. Come on. I like your player choices. You just didn't go bold enough. McKinnon's a good one.
All right. Jordan Reed
Second most touchdowns for a tight end on the 49ers.
I want to pick a different player. I want to pick a player that's not really going to be.
That's fine. You can either pick a player and make them a little more bold, or pick an obvious one and go extra bold. Jordan Reed. I've typed and deleted too many times here.
Yeah,
my keyboard isn't going to work.
Trent Taylor is going to be the first in the league for third down conversions.
Trent Taylor leads the league.
Rob would have called me on that one too. He just doesn't want to start deleting this.
Yeah, we're just giving it to you. Got it.
Third down conversions or yards? Third down conversions.
Conversions.
Okay. All right, now we got bold NFL predictions. We'll go through these pretty quick because we're adding quite a bit of time already.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going to say that the Seattle Seahawks do not make the playoffs.
Wow. Okay, that is bold.
Okay. That's pretty bold.
Kern, you got one?
I predicted, by the way, my bold prediction last year was the Rams not making the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Hmm? Yeah, it was. Good for you.
I might have even said the Niners win the West. That would have been real wild.
I'm going to say Bills win the AFC Championship.
Wow.
Okay.
Bills in the Super Bowl.
I'm sticking with that.
I'm going to say this right now.
You're high as fuck.
You're marking out to the Bills.
That's definitely bold enough.
You're a Buffalo mark. Is Adam Vinatieri still in the NFL?
Oh, no.
Because if he is, this is my bold prediction. I need to know.
Free agent.
Oh, he's a free agent. Oh, will it count if I make a prediction about him?
Yeah, if he gets signed and does something.
Okay, well, I'm going to predict that Adam Vinatieri gets COVID and dies. That's what I'm saying. If you want something...
How do you spell Vinatieri?
I don't know. Just say old kicker.
Dies from COVID. All right. Well, that happened.
And if it's not him, it's going to be that the fat coach from the Browns. Remember that guy? You know the guy I'm talking about that made a fucking pig of himself a couple years ago? All right.
All right. Make sure you come back for episode 2.
That's right.
Episode 2, we'll be talking about Arizona.
That's right.
We'll get to your emails.
Yes, we will.
A lot of emails. We got some locks of the week. If you want to bet some money, make some bucks.
We got, we're going to explain.
Don't do it with my bookie because they haven't paid us yet. So just hold on to who you're betting with until then.
Yeah, use your own bookie. Google, email.
Gino from the bar.
Yeah, email goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, goldbloodedpodcast, one word. Patreon, goldbloodedpodcast, www.patreon /goldbloodedpodcast. You could leave us as much as 50 cents a month, $1 million a month. We'll take it all. But leave us reviews. However you listen to this, go there. Leave a review, 5-star review. With that said, fuck off. We'll see you in a minute.